In 2015, a quiet safari drive near Johannesburg turned into a nightmare when a lioness attacked through an open vehicle window in less than 4 seconds. The victim had come to admire one of nature's most beautiful predators. She never expected the danger hidden behind those calm, golden eyes. African lions are not monsters, but they are perfectly designed hunters with power, patience, and instincts shaped by millions of years. Today, we uncover the side of lions most documentaries rarely show. Before we begin, tell us where you are watching from, and subscribe for more dark wildlife stories. The image of a lion has been carefully shaped by movies, documentaries, and ancient stories. A powerful male standing on a hill, his mane moving with the wind, sunlight reflecting across his golden fur. It looks peaceful, almost royal. But that same animal is built for a completely different purpose. Beneath that famous appearance is a predator designed to find weakness, close distance silently, and end a struggle within seconds. An adult African lion can weigh more than 400 pounds, with some large males reaching over 500 pounds. His body is not built for long-distance running like a wolf or cheetah. Instead, every part of him is designed for explosive power. Thick shoulders provide strength for tackling prey. Large paws help control struggling animals. A muscular neck allows him to hold onto targets much heavier than himself. The lion's greatest weapon is not only his size. It is the combination of multiple abilities working together. His jaws can deliver a powerful bite capable of crushing through flesh and gripping onto prey that is fighting for its life. His claws are curved like hooks, designed to hold, pull, and control. Once a lion commits to an attack, escaping becomes extremely difficult. But the most dangerous thing about a lion is something most people never notice: patience. A lion does not always rush forward, it waits. While humans often imagine predators as constantly aggressive, lions spend most of their time conserving energy. They rest for many hours during the day, watching their surroundings and waiting for the right opportunity. That calm behavior is not weakness, it is survival. In the wild, wasting energy can mean death. A failed hunt can leave a pride without enough food. Every movement matters. Every decision has a purpose. This is why a lion approaching through tall grass can be so dangerous. The prey often does not realize a hunt has already started. The lion is not chasing randomly. It is measuring distance, studying movement, and waiting for the exact moment when the chances of success are highest. A human walking through the African savanna might see an empty landscape. A lion sees something completely different. It sees shadows, movement, sounds, and opportunities. Their eyes are built for this world. Lions have excellent low-light vision, allowing them to move and hunt during dawn, dusk, and nighttime hours when many animals struggle to see clearly. A field that looks dark and empty to us can remain visible to a lion. This advantage changes everything. The darkness that hides danger from humans becomes a hunting advantage for lions. And the most frightening part is that lions rarely rely on strength alone. Their greatest success comes from something far more complex. They work together. A single lion is powerful. A coordinated pride is something much more dangerous. After understanding the power of one lion, the next question becomes even more important. What happens when several lions move as one? This is where African lions become truly remarkable. A pride is not just a group of animals sharing the same territory. It is a carefully organized hunting system built around cooperation, timing, and communication. Most people imagine a hunt as a simple chase. A predator sees prey, runs after it, and catches it. But lion hunting is far more calculated. The attack you see on a documentary screen is usually only the final moment of a much longer process. Before the charge begins, lionesses may spend a long time moving through grass, lowering their bodies, and adjusting their position. They are not simply hiding, they are planning. Lionesses, which perform most of the hunting, often spread out around their target. One may move from one direction while another circles from the opposite side. The goal is not just to run faster than the prey. The goal is to remove every possible escape route. This strategy is especially effective against animals that are stronger than a single lion. Large prey, such as zebras, buffalo, and wildebeest, can injure or even kill a lion during a fight. A direct attack without planning would be dangerous. Teamwork changes the outcome. A pride turns several individual predators into a coordinated force. Each lion has a role. Some create pressure. Others wait for the perfect opening. The entire group depends on timing. This is why lions are often successful against animals that appear impossible to defeat. Strength matters, but organization matters just as much. Their communication is another hidden advantage. Lions do not need human-like language to cooperate. Their body movements, facial expressions, sounds, and positions all provide information. A small movement through the grass can tell another lion when to move. A low sound can signal tension or alertness. Even their famous roar plays an important role. A male lion's roar can travel several miles across open land. It is not simply an angry sound meant to scare enemies. It is a message. It tells other lions where territory begins and warns rivals to stay away. I imagine standing in the African night and hearing that sound travel across the darkness. Before seeing the animal itself, you already know a powerful predator is nearby. But the roar is also a reminder of something deeper. Lions survive because they understand their environment better than almost anything around them. They know when to wait, when to move, and when to fight. The terrifying part is not that lions attack everything they see. They do not. The terrifying part is that they have evolved to recognize the exact moments when an attack is worth making. Nature did not create a reckless killer. It created a patient hunter. And when that hunter moves with a pride behind it, golden grass hides more than one set of eyes watching from the shadows. Silence before attack becomes unforgettable. The most dangerous thing about African lions is not only what they can do in the wild, it is how easily humans can misunderstand them. For thousands of years, people have created stories around lions. They became symbols of courage, power, and royalty. Their image appears on flags, buildings, and ancient monuments. But behind that powerful symbol is a real animal following instincts that were never designed for human comfort. The distance between admiration and danger can disappear in a single moment. One of the clearest examples happened in June 2015 at Lion Park, a wildlife reserve near Johannesburg, South Africa. A 29-year-old American woman named Catherine Chappell was visiting the reserve while on a volunteer trip connected to wildlife conservation. She was not searching for danger. She was someone who loved animals and wanted to experience them closely. Inside a vehicle, surrounded by what appeared to be a peaceful environment, she lowered the window to take a photograph of a nearby lioness. The mistake lasted only seconds. The lioness, which had spent her life around vehicles and human visitors, suddenly moved toward the open window. In a moment, the calm scene changed into a deadly encounter. The animal was not acting out of hatred or anger. It was following the same instincts that guide every wild lion. This is something many people struggle to understand. A lion that appears comfortable around humans is not the same as a domesticated animal. Familiarity does not remove millions of years of predatory behavior. A wild predator does not forget what it is simply because it has grown accustomed to seeing people. That misunderstanding has caused many dangerous situations around the world. When humans enter the space of powerful predators, they often judge behavior using human emotions. A resting lion looks relaxed. A curious lion looks friendly. A lion near a vehicle feels safe. But animals do not think like humans. A lion may be watching movement, testing distance, or reacting to an unusual action. The meaning behind that behavior is completely different from what people assume. This is why wildlife experts repeatedly emphasize one rule: never confuse calmness with safety. A predator does not need to appear aggressive before becoming dangerous. The same animal that spends hours sleeping beneath a tree can become a force of incredible speed and strength when instinct takes over. The switch is not emotional, it is biological. African lions have survived for thousands of generations because they are extremely effective hunters. Their success comes from understanding opportunities, conserving energy, and reacting quickly when the moment arrives. The tragedy at Lion Park was not caused by an evil animal. It was caused by a dangerous gap between human expectations and animal reality. The lioness was behaving exactly as nature created her to behave. And that lesson reaches far beyond one incident. Every year, humans move closer to wildlife habitats and encounters become more common. The more familiar animals appear, the easier it becomes to forget what they truly are. Behind the beautiful photographs and famous documentaries is a predator that still carries the same instincts as the lions that ruled the ancient African plains. A predator that does not need to be angry to be dangerous. For centuries, humans have been fascinated by stories of lions that crossed the line between predator and threat. Some became legends because of their size. Others became famous because of the fear they created. But among all lion stories, few are as mysterious as the man-eaters of Tsavo. In 1898, workers building a railway bridge across the Tsavo River in Kenya began disappearing. The workers were living in camps surrounded by open wilderness, and something was entering their temporary homes at night. It was not a storm, a disease, or another human enemy. It was two male lions. The animals became known as the Tsavo man-eaters, and their story has remained one of the most studied examples of human-lion conflict in history. According to Colonel John Henry Patterson, the British officer sent to stop them, the two lions killed 135 people over several months. That number became famous around the world and turned the lions into symbols of terror. Decades later, scientists began examining the evidence again. Researchers at the Field Museum in Chicago studied the preserved remains of these lions using modern scientific methods. By analyzing chemical signatures in their bones and hair, they attempted to understand what the animals had actually been eating during their final months. The results changed the story. The true number of victims was likely much lower than Patterson's original claim, closer to several dozen rather than more than 100. The legend had grown larger than the evidence. But the most important mystery remained. Why did these lions begin hunting humans? Scientists have suggested several possible explanations. One theory focuses on injury. One of the Tsavo lions had serious dental damage, including a damaged tooth that could have made hunting large, dangerous animals more painful. A wounded predator may choose easier prey because survival becomes more important than preference. Another possibility involves the environment itself. During that period, East Africa was suffering from a major outbreak of rinderpest, a disease that devastated populations of cattle and wild grazing animals. Lions depend heavily on animals such as buffalo and zebra. When those prey species become harder to find, desperate predators may search for alternatives. Humans, unfortunately, are often easier targets. A person walking alone at night is not built with horns, sharp hooves, or powerful muscles to fight back. For a hungry predator, the risk can appear much lower. There is also another possibility. Some researchers believe the lions may have already become familiar with human remains before attacking living people. Historical trade routes in the region sometimes left bodies behind, potentially giving predators opportunities to feed on humans before railway construction brought large groups of workers into the area. The truth may not be a single answer. Nature is rarely that simple. The Tsavo lions may have been influenced by several factors at once: injury, environmental changes, opportunity, and learned behavior. What makes the story frightening is not that these lions were unusual monsters. It is that they were normal predators responding to unusual circumstances. This same pattern appears throughout nature. When ecosystems change and normal food sources disappear, animals adapt. They explore new opportunities. They survive. And sometimes, that survival brings them into conflict with humans. The Tsavo lions remind us of an uncomfortable reality. The boundary between our world and the wild is much thinner than most people imagine. The wilderness does not hate us. It simply does not see us as separate from it. African lions are not villains of nature. They are survivors shaped by evolution, instinct, and millions of years of adaptation. Their power demands respect, not hatred. The greatest danger comes when humans forget the wild rules that created them. Behind the golden mane is a predator perfectly designed to survive.